In this aid, we will voice our own and market's perspective on BTT future while examining Bittorrent cost estimate for 2021 and then some. Kindly remember that you ought to believe this and some other forecast tentatively, since foreseeing anything is an unpleasant undertaking, not to mention foreseeing the fate of a novel, profoundly unstable monetary resource like BTT. Presently, how about we head into it? Before we dig profound into the Bittorrent value expectation and answer questions on the off chance that Bittorrent is a wise venture or not, for what reason will BTT succeed or fall flat, or for what reason will BTT value rise or drop, we should rapidly toss a look at what is Bittorrent and its to-date history. Bittorrent introduction. It's been some time since we saw a token have the market in a manner BTT did. The promotion made by Justin Sun, Bittorrent and Binance putting their names behind the task at last prompted the thing's whole eco selling out in only 15 minutes, procuring $7.2 million all the while. BTT token is imagined, and currently understood, as your normal TRC10 token, a Tron-based standard which permits Bittorrent clients to offer their administrations in return for said tokens. This standard is lower than the TRC20, which has implicit shrewd agreement abilities. The token has an all-out supply of 990 billion units, which will be distinct into more modest additions for extra liquidity, albeit one considers the amount greater liquidity you really want when you have very nearly a trillion tokens. BTT's fundamental design is to boost Bittorrent convention clients to give framework administrations like document cultivating and facilitating as a trade-off for the token. Our BTT token value expectation for 2022. BTT is one of the ventures that has high speculative worth, meaning it rapidly incorporates publicity and stands out of unsophisticated newbies into crypto space. Therefore, BTT and comparative tokens really do well in buyer markets. Be that as it may, when the bear market follows, these sorts of tasks are first to see capital trip into more secure and greater undertakings and stable coins. This leaves newbies with weighty sacks of useless tokens and, surprisingly, heavier packs of opium that gets mixed by the venture chiefs and their intermediaries, fooling them into purchasing the plunge and unloading significantly more tokens on them. BTT likewise had sprays of confounding cost activity where it dominated Bitcoin and was among top gainers in the entire market. This simply demonstrates that market is as yet wasteful in removing the useless, shill and advertising ventures, copycats and make easy money rascals. BTT basically looks at every one of the cases of a terrible venture, clumsy group, frail calculated plan and poor innovative execution, moved by tricksters and spammers, taking advantage of newbies, mimicking action, paying off their direction into trades and media. The reality it actually can possibly attract enormous number of dupable dealers just fills in as an update how eagerness beats reason multiple times out 10. It is significant that this doesn't imply that this or some other comparative venture won't see a fleeting siphon or even a few such occasions. Simply the opposite. These undertakings are ideal ground for whale controls as there actually seem to have some worth, so a siphon generally develops the expectation of anguished holders that their sweetheart venture is at last going for the moon. Thus, on the off chance that you're here to brag and focus on it, hang tight. The cost takeoff is doubtlessly simply one more siphon and dump which will rake in some serious cash to the generally rich whales and leave you in the residue with a pack of coins that are even less worth than previously. Subsequently, more than 95% of effective ecos and digital currency ventures will fizzle and their financial backers will lose cash. The other 5% of ventures will turn into the new Apple, Google or Alibaba in a crypto industry. Will BIT be among those 5%? Exceptionally dubious. BTT token makers trust that the commitment of monetary prizes will make more individuals seed the downpours they download. The entire venture postulation for BTT is unconvincing. The vast majority who download deluges do as such through freely accessible multitudes. These individuals essentially don't need to think often about their transfer, download proportions and thusly don't have a motivating force to seed more. Moreover, Tron's blockchain essentially wouldn't have the option to deal with the degrees of throughput that accompany a client base that Bittorrent has, around 100 million clients. In addition, the torrenting scene, The one local area that ought to be humming about this undertaking, doesn't appear to be keen on BTT by any stretch of the imagination. Torrenting gatherings make scarcely any notices of the undertaking, and most experienced individuals from these networks will let you know that they love the Bittorrent convention, and yet scorn the organization behind it, because of a past filled with misinformed and practically malignant way of behaving. The interest generally is by all accounts coming from the cryptographic money world, which proposes that there aren't numerous basics for BTT to rest on. The vast majority who are advancing this token are intently attached to the cryptographic money scene and are considered as powerhouses more than whatever else. That being said, we need to think about the contribution of Justin Sun and Changpeng Zhou, of Binance Distinction, in this whole undertaking. The two of them are known in the blockchain local area for participating in a few profoundly crude exercises that probably ransacked numerous crypto financial backers off their cash. Sun specifically is somebody who falls under the powerhouse label, obviously superior to the one of an engineer, and this is a stick individuals frequently use to beat him with. The way the two of them advertise the BTT token up without tending to the negatives it plainly has doesn't give us conviction that their most recent venture won't wind up as a disappointment. Each of this summarized implies a certain something. BTT could survive several organized and, for an ordinary dealer, totally capricious siphons, yet most of time will be dinky sideways exchanging with little volume and no huge premium from the market. What will BTT be worth in 5 years? The cost of BTT in 5 years could lie around $1. What Bittorrent will be worth in 2030? Our Guajing model sees Bittorrent coming to $1 in 2030. What Bittorrent will be worth in 2040? Our Guajing model sees Bittorrent coming to 1 cent in 2040. Will Bittorrent supplant/outperform/surpass Bitcoin? No, Bittorrent won't supplant or surpass BTC. Could Bittorrent at any point reach 10 cents? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach 10 cents in the short or midterm period. Could Bittorrent at any point reach $1? No. Our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $1 in the short or midterm period. Could Bittorrent at any point reach $10? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $10 in the short or midterm period. Could Bittorrent at any point reach $100? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for Bittorrent to reach $100 in the short or midterm period. How high will Bittorrent go? Our Guajing model sees Bittorrent cost crashing and dropping to approach zero.